Alrighty, everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my final full streaming day ever. After today, I'm not going to stream ever again. I'm just kidding. Today's my final full streaming day of the 6th consecutive streaming day week for me. Tomorrow is my day off from streaming. So, it should be a fun one. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up today, including the continuation of Banjo-Tooie, which I started on Friday and I really enjoyed playing. And I'm looking forward to more today. And also, my weekly Minecraft chill stream. And last week was one of the more eventful Minecraft streams that I've done in a year and a half that I've been playing the game. So it should be pretty interesting to see what we actually end up doing later tonight. The fallout from going to the Nether and going from there. Okay? Excuse me. But, before we get to any of that stuff, there's a lot of stuff to talk about today. Today's a very eventful day for good and bad reasons. All right, first of all, FYI, I'm currently appearing on a podcast with my old friend, Jake James Lugo, who many of you might know as Venomous Fat Man, although he has not been called that in many years. You know, way back in the day, you're talking 10 years ago, I did an interview with this guy. And over the past 10 years, he has been a gaming journalist of various capacities, worked for different websites and the like. And now he is doing his own thing on his own YouTube channel. And I did a podcast with him. Okay, if you want to see information about that, check out my Twitter. I retweeted his tweet about it. I believe the way it's going is that he has it on his Patreon exclusively for like 2-3 days, but then it's going live on Wednesday, for the public. So give it a look. All right, give it a look. And, it was a fun show. We talked all about different stuff like, gaming during this whole pandemic, and how that's affected things with content creators and streamers, and how streams have been affected by people being at home all the time. And then I believe there was a segment that we did that was more about controversial topics, like content creators who've been trying to get involved in my stuff over the last year. So give it a look. It's good stuff, okay? So that's just something that I did kind of randomly. I was offered to do. I said, sure, why not? Longtime friend of mine, and that was fun. Now, let's talk about the controversial stuff going on the internet right now in regards to games, because there's a lot of it, guys. First of all, let's talk about Sony. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What a disaster we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. What a fucking disaster is going on right now in the world of gaming with Sony. And, I don't know how to really react to it. Let me tell you exactly what's going on. All right? And then let me tell you, why I don't know how to react to it. Okay? The Last of Us 2 has been completely spoiled all over the internet. The entire plot is now public, and it's legit. It's not like, oh, this is something fake. People actually have entire cutscenes of the game that are huge dramatic turns, surprises, shocks. The whole game's ruined. All right? Like, literally, I'm not kidding you. The entire game's on the internet. Anything you wanted to know about the game, you can figure out, and you don't have to play it. That's bad. All right? Now, you may say, well, what the hell happened? How did this happen? The game's not out yet, right? Number one, the game is done. That's the problem. If you remember, the game was supposed to be released in mid-May. The game is 100% completed. Sony decided to delay the game because they wanted to make more money on physical game sales and felt that if they released it in mid-May, there wouldn't be enough places to sell physical games open, and they couldn't make enough money. So they delayed it until the summer. And when they did that, they created an insane amount of resentment amongst gamers and even apparently amongst the game developers. Because the news we're getting this morning, all right, is that the person who leaked it apparently is an actual disgruntled Naughty Dog game developer who felt that the culture at Naughty Dog was way too much, forced people to work excessive hours, and basically, kill the game developers to get this game out in time. And then the game got delayed to the summer, and that's the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, we killed ourselves to get this game out for the date that Sony wanted. And Sony now, after we kill ourselves to get the game ready, decides to delay it to make more money. Fuck Sony. Fuck this game. Leak the whole game on the internet. So, apparently, this game's fucked. Like, the entire... Now, just to warn all of you, if you even look at The Last of Us on Twitter, you're done. You will know the whole plot of the game. I'll be honest, I know half of it. And I still think that maybe playing the game will still be fun, But it does suck that I already know half of the stuff going on in the game because it's completely leaked on the internet. Now, here's why I have two different feelings about this going on. First of all, it sucks that the game is completely ruined. It does. This is a game that we've been waiting for many, 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 many years. The Last of Us 1 was my favorite game of the year when it came out. I replayed it on PS4 because I liked it so much. Recently, I watched a playthrough of The Last of Us in order to refresh myself on the plot so that when this game came out, I would be ready for it. And then it got delayed, and I was like, well, that kind of sucks. But, you know, it just really stinks that a game that's been so much in development and we've been waiting for it. You know, last time you almost say like Last of Us 1 was a game of the generation. It was the game that made the end game PlayStation 3, you know, lineup. And we were kind of feeling that was what Last of Us 2 was going to do for PS4. But now that everything's leaked, it's kind of like, that sucks, right? At the same time, at the very same time that I feel that way, that this is awful that this happened, all right, all the people who put insane amount of hard work into this game, and now the game undoubtedly will not be bought as much as it should have been because the whole game's spoiled on the internet, you have to wonder how much is Sony's fault. You know, Sony always, and not just Sony, but every major game publisher, you would think, always has this grind mentality of, oh, we want the game out by this date, we're funding the game, so bust your ass to get it out. So Naughty Dog cracks the whip. Okay, we got to have all our people overworked and, you know, get work, get this game ready. And then the game, you know, gets delayed. Why? Is it because, oh, the game's not ready and it needs more polish? No, it's because Sony wants to make more money on physical sales of the game and collector's editions of the game. It's like, the game developers don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? So, you know what? It's just ridiculous. Like, if you're working your ass to put out a good game, do you care about the fucking statuette that comes with the collector's edition and makes Sony a bunch of extra money? Of course you don't. You just want your game to be out there and people to play it. And if you're killing yourself to get a masterpiece of a game out there to the public, and you are told your game is now not going to come out for several more months because Sony is greedy, you know, obviously something's going to happen. You know, and this is what happened. Apparently, this is the rumor, is that, you know, this was like the person was mentally snapped and said, fuck this, fuck Sony, fuck my employer, I don't give a shit. You know, this is such mistreatment of us as employees that I'm just going to fucking leak the whole game. So, that really sucks, you know. So, I see both sides of it. I can definitely see if you're a game dev and you literally care so much and so passionate about what you're doing and you work your ass off, work yourself to the bone to get it ready for the date, and then you're being told it's not going to come out at that date because greed, corporate greed, you know, that's just nuts. So, it's a big mess. You know, it is. So, again, I'm just going to forewarn all of you, all right? There are spoilers all over the net. If you even search for The Last of Us, forget it. You're going to get spoiled by the end. I'm telling you, it's that bad. So I recommend that if you really are into this game, that you block all feeds when it comes to The Last of Us. Now, the game does have a release date now. It's the middle of June. I think they said it was like June 15th or something like that. The very middle of June is when it's coming out. And that's apparently, I think that's like the week after another big release that's coming out in June. I'm not 100% on that, okay? But, yeah, so anyway, you know, what a mess, right? What a mess. And the other thing is that I find hilarious. What's the guarantee that things are going to be better by June? Like, I'm not saying that things won't reopen. I do. I think that what's going to happen is over the next few weeks to month, all the economies of the United States are going to reopen. And whether that causes massive spread of the coronavirus and a lot of people die or not, I have no idea. But I think at this point, like, people have been sitting at home for so long that I don't know if there's a way to control them any further. Like, they've been voluntarily sitting at home. You can only do that for a certain point until people's lives are ruined. And they're like, well, fuck this. And they're just going to do whatever they want, you know? So, I don't know. By mid-June, will everything be back to normal? And will Sony be able to sell their physical games to the point where they feel like the delay was worth it? I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right. Now, the other piece of information in tandem with this, Ghost of Tsushima, which was supposed to be released in May, is also delayed. No surprise. We all knew that was going to happen. We've been talking about it for months, that as soon as we heard that games were being delayed, we figured Ghost of Tsushima would be delayed. Okay? So, Ghost of Tsushima is now delayed until mid-July. Now, this is interesting. And the reason I say this is interesting is because we almost never get big, high-profile games that release in the summer. I've been saying it for the 12 years that I've been a content creator. For whatever reason, game developers don't feel that the summertime is a good time to release games. I beg to differ. If you look at the summertime historically, this is the time when, number one, most kids are no longer in school, they have more free time, and a lot of teenagers have jobs during the summer that they used to have money to spend on stuff. So in my opinion, summertime releases of games might actually be quite profitable. Now, if you release a game in the summer, are you going to get a giant boost of sales at the end of the year for Christmas? No. But if you actually release a good game, you don't need a giant boost of sales at the end of the year for Christmas, because people will buy it because it's good, not because it's a Christmas present. All right? So, this is interesting because we're going to have a high-profile release in the middle of the summer, which we almost never have. It's always down. Remember, I was a Summer of Something downtime event that I try to do because I'm trying to get you guys entertained until the fall comes out because there's no new releases, right? Now it's happening. Now there will actually be a high-profile game coming out in the summertime. So, that's interesting. My question is, will the whole summer now have a ton of good games coming out, which is a rarity and never happens. And here's the other thing. If Ghosts of Tsushima releases in July and sells really well, will this now be a case that people can use as an example and say, oh shit, maybe we should have released games in the summer this whole time, and now maybe the summertime will actually be a hotbed for gaming activity? I don't know. We're going to find out what happens. We're going to find out. So let's see. So that's the big gaming news in regards to Sony this morning, okay? Also, WWE has a new game coming out, and it's not what you think. First of all, WWE 2K20, everyone knows, was a humongous disaster. The game ran poorly, was full of bugs. The online components of the game did not work. Simulation matches did not work. The story was a joke. And even me being a longtime fan of the franchise, using it to do simulated pay-per-view events and stuff, didn't do one this last year because the game was a piece of shit. Okay? So it was actually announced this last week that there's no WWE 2K21. For the first time in like a decade, they're not releasing a WWE game this year. So this is, pretty interesting news because they always do an annual release, much like Madden or NBA 2K or whatever. They're not doing one this year. All right? So everyone's thinking, oh, that means that they're actually going to be focusing in, on a game that's going to be great. It's going to be probably 2K22 will be amazing because they're going to focus all their efforts on this game, right? And then this morning, they release information. Oh, we're making a different game instead. It's called WWE Battlegrounds. And it's arcadey, and it's cartoony, and it's silly. And I'll be honest, I saw the little preview they released. It looks terrible. It looks really bad. It's like midget characters. I'm serious. Like, it looks like big-headed midgets fighting each other. Oh, God, someone will say that midget is offensive. I'm sorry. Big-headed little people fighting. It looks like basically if they did, little people wrestling, dressing up like the real wrestlers. That's what it looks like. It also has ridiculous stuff. Like, you can throw John Cena to an alligator, and the alligator eats him. There's fire. Like, it showed, like Becky Lynch completely on fire. Her body's on fire, and she's attacking as her body's glowing with flames. And you look at this, and you're like, what the hell is this? So, the closest comparison I can make is, like, 10 years ago, WWE came out with this game called All-Stars. And what it was, again, kind of cartoony gameplay, over-the-top, giant moves, really silly. It wasn't a serious game. Was it fun? Yeah, it was fun, and I played it for about a week, I remember, where I played through there was a story mode, and you play through it and everything. It was pretty fun, but it wasn't anything that had longevity. It was a game that I probably, I played for a little bit, did some coverage on YouTube, and I did like a multiplayer session of it, and that was it. Nothing to write home about, certainly, but certainly a game that was an oddball thing that was kind of memorable just because it was so weird. So 10 years later, they decide they're going to do it again. And basically, the reaction on the internet is incredibly mixed. Some people are happy because they're like, well, we weren't getting a WWE game this year. At least we're getting something now. And hopefully this at least will be decently good. It'll be something completely different, maybe refreshing. Other people are like, are you out of your effing minds? Like, you know, you couldn't release a quality product in the fall for us. And now this is your way to make up for it. A cartoony, you know, brawler that no one asked for. And undoubtedly you'll charge $60 for it, despite the fact that it'll probably have half the content of what you should have in a full game these days. You know, a lot of people are very upset about this. Okay? So, who knows what's going to happen with this game? There's no release date yet. But more than likely it's going to be the fall. Probably it's going to come out to, it's going to replace what WWE 2K21 would have been. Although it certainly doesn't seem like that kind of game at all. So I don't know who this is really going to appease or appeal to. You know what I mean? I have no idea. So I guess we'll see what happens here and go from there. I'll let you guys know, obviously. I'll let you guys know. And will I play it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll see if there's more information about it, you know, coming up. But certainly it's nothing like what I'm used to playing with a wrestling game. So it's kind of like, wow, that's weird. So that's what's going on. That's a lot of news. That's like a ton of gaming news for one day. It all came out at once, one big ball of information. And, you know, again, if anything, just don't look for, if you're really interested in Last of Us 2 coming out in June, do not look on the internet at all for Last of Us. I'm not joking. Every post is a fucking spoiler. Every post. It's ridiculous. Okay? All right. So, that's that. Let's talk about what I'm actually doing on my streams today, guys. So, first of all, today, the continuation of Banjo-Tooie. I played this on Friday, and I really enjoyed it. Even though, much like all these older N64, you know, collection quest platformers, there's a lot of cryptic stuff. You guys helped me out on the stream to figure some of the stuff out, and it was really fun doing that, so I'm looking forward to more of that today. Excuse me. So, all right. Well, say goodbye to this idiot. What a complete idiot. So, I mean, considering the entire segment that I just told you guys, obviously spoilers are not allowed in my stream chat. I just literally am warning people, don't look for spoilers, and then more on post spoilers in the chat. So you're an idiot. Like, no lie, you're the dumbest fucker I've ever seen, and don't ask for an unban because you're not coming back. Like, how dumb can you be? He did it on purpose because he knew he was going to get a reaction. So, fuck off, and don't come back. What an idiot. Okay. So now let's continue. Banjo-Tooie, today on the main gameplay stream. 3 to 4 hours, should be fun. Again, guys, please help me out. If I get stuck, at the same time, give me a chance to try to figure stuff out for myself before I get stuck. You know, don't just hold my hand constantly. It's a fine line that you dance when you're playing a retro game like this on a stream. But I get the feeling it'll be fun just like it was on Friday. Okay? Later tonight, Minecraft. And again, I'm curious to see what's going to happen because last week we went to the Nether, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen, you know, in tonight's session. Are we going to start on that Greco-Roman structure? Perhaps. We'll see. I'm off of streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a day where I'll be, you know, doing grocery shopping and running errands and spending time with my family. I'll return on Wednesday with the continuation of Final Fantasy VII Remake and the final session of Call of Duty Warzone. All right, final session. During that actual stream, we're going to be talking about what you guys would like to see to replace Warzone. Would it be something retro like Genesis Mini or SNES? Would it be continuing with the Mega Man Zero collection? Would it be something completely different? I don't know. Well, I'm tired of Warzone. It sucks. It's not fun. And I don't want to waste any more time with a piece of shit. So we're going to try to figure out something else that we can do that's fun on Wednesday nights. Okay? On Thursday, it's the return of Ask the King. I have not done an Ask the King Q&A show since January. Okay? So This is a great opportunity for us to get caught up, to have a fun discussion session where we just talk back and forth. And please post up your questions for the show on the forums at thekingofhate.com. All right, the more, the earlier you post them and you post them on the forums, that's the highest chance you can have for getting your question answered on the show. All right, you'll see a link that'll pop up every 20 minutes in the stream chat to do so, or you can type ! Ask the King into the stream chat if you would like. Okay, so please post up your questions. The more questions, the better the show is. That's Thursday's main stream. Thursday night will be Animal Crossing New Horizons, a nice chill stream. Friday, we continue on with Neo 2, and we are heading into the end game of Neo 2. If you guys are not aware, it's a big finale where we're in the 6th of 7 worlds, and every stage is pretty epic at this point. So we'll see what happens, continuing on Friday, but we're almost near the end of that game. And then Friday night will be my weekly throwback Street Fighter session. Saturday, we're going to have more Banjo-Tooie, and on Saturday, we're actually playing Animal Crossing again, because KK Slider, the musician, shows up only on Saturdays. So it's perfect timing for me to play it on Saturday, listen to some music, unlock a new song. So we're doing that. And then on Sunday, it'll be more Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, wait a minute, is it? I'm trying to remember the schedule, because today's Banjo, then Final Fantasy, then Neo. So actually, no, Saturday would be Banjo, and Sunday would be Final Fantasy Remake. That's what I said, yeah. So Sunday will be Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Morrowind, my weekly Morrowind stream, and then so Monday will be Neo 2 and Minecraft. There you go. All right. So good stuff. That's the week. I hope that sounds good to you guys. Now remember, once we wrap up one of the main playthroughs, we're going to have a decision to make of what you guys want to see. Do you want to see Fire Emblem, or do you want to see like the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Dragon Ball Super DLC? Or do you want to see something different, like maybe Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, which will be a quick one? So once we finish up one of the current ongoing main playthroughs, there'll be some decision making to happen between the viewers of what you guys want to see next. Because I'm definitely doing Fire Emblem Three Houses in May, but the question is, do you want to see something else first? So that way we get some variety before we jump right into another RPG. So we shall see what you guys want to do, okay? I'll let you guys know once we get closer to the end of a game. We'll talk a little bit about it and we'll figure it out. Okay? All right, guys. So thank you for 11 awesome years of allowing me to be a content creator and share my gameplay experiences with all of you on a daily basis. I really appreciate that. I'm one of the few people on this planet that gets to do what he loves for a living, and I appreciate that. I absolutely love my job. And I realize how lucky I am to be able to just love my job the way that I do. A lot of people don't get to say that. And, personally, before I got to do this for a living, I didn't enjoy my jobs as much as I do now, for sure. I'm also super duper lucky because I get to continue to put out these fun and positive streams for all of you guys during the entire pandemic. I'm still here 6 days a week full time. I'm lucky I still get to work. And I appreciate all of you coming out and supporting the streams over the last month or so. It's been crazy positivity here on the streams with the amount of support and the amount of people just hanging out and having a good time. And I really, really appreciate that. So thank you for an amazing month. All right. I'm a full-time streamer, and that means that, I stream full-time 6 days a week. I archive all of my content from Twitch over on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming. So if you ever miss out on any of the streams, you can get caught up with them over there at your own leisure. But because I'm a full-time streamer, that means that I rely pretty much solely on crowdfunding to make ends meet. It's not like the old days where it used to be YouTube videos with ad revenue and all of that. Now it's all about your support during the live stream. So if you like what I do, and you like the content, you think it's positive and fun, and you want to see all this continue, please, by all means, consider contributing via one of the methods I'm about to outline on my stream right now, because this is what keeps me going. All right? But that being said, before I even outline a single method by which you can contribute, I want you to know up front that contributions are not mandatory. My streams on Twitch TV are free and always will be. All right? I am here because I have a passion for games that I love to share with you guys on a daily basis. That's why I'm here, because I'm passionate about games. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I monetized a single gameplay video, because I only had to because I lost my job. I needed a way to pay the bills. And I never intended to do this for a living. I just kind of fell into it. If I lost my ability to be a full-time streamer for whatever reason, I would still continue to stream at a limited capacity because I love it and I want to keep doing it, even though it might mean, no income for me. I just love this so much, I would want to keep it up. And please understand that, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for a paycheck. I'm here to hang out with you guys and have a good time. That's why contributions are not mandatory. If you cannot contribute today, that is perfectly fine. I'm happy enough to just hang out with you and have a good time and have some fun interactions with games, period. All right? Please understand that. Don't feel pressured if you cannot contribute, that you feel like you're the odd man out and you didn't contribute today. Don't feel bad. It's not what it's about. Okay? Now, that being said, okay, if you would like to contribute to the streams, all right, please, by all means, do. And let's talk about some methods by which you can contribute. All right, first of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. This is the end of the month coming up here, only, 3-4 more days in the month. So it's your last chance to pledge to that Patreon and get in on the perks for the month of April. All right, if you do pledge, thank you very much. Anyone who is a current pledgee, I appreciate your ongoing support. When you pledge to my Patreon, you get perks as a way of saying thanks for how much you've pledged. They're all outlined there publicly on the page, so I'm not going to go into detail about it. Just go give it a look for yourself, all right? Thanks to anyone who checks out my Patreon. I have a Teespring store where I sell merchandise. It's primarily T-shirts, but there's other stuff there like hoodies and mugs and stickers and the like that I definitely, I can attest to the quality. I own a bunch of it. I have a mug. I have a bunch of shirts. They're all good stuff, okay? So please consider getting something from my Teespring, and if you get something, it helps me out, so thank you for that. Okay, if you're here live on the stream, chances are that possibly you would want to contribute in a way that would get you some shout outs or recognition on the stream and some interaction with me. So there's a way to do that. If you either cheer with bits or you subscribe to the channel, all right, or you tip me. Any of those three things, I will give you a live shout out during the stream as a way of saying thanks a lot. Now, please keep in mind, if you're looking for a shout out, please keep your message in line with the stream rules, which means no insults, no trying to get me to say something that'll get me in trouble on Twitch, no massive derailing of the stream. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty common sense. Sadly, a lot of people don't have common sense. That's why we have rules listed below the stream that you should check out. But in general, most people get it. We have a really good time on the streams, and the interactions are quite fun, okay? Now, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This outlines things such as the top tipper and top cheerer of the stream. It's a great way to get extra recognition if you are a contributor. In addition, there's 2 other leaderboards that are integrated into Twitch itself, and those leaderboards include top cheerer of the week, all right, and top tipper, top tipper of the week. Excuse me, not top tipper. Now I got distracted. Top cheerer of the week and top subscription gifter of the week. I completely screwed that up. Those are integrated into Twitch itself. So those are actually at the top of your stream chat right now if you want to check them out. Now, today's Monday. Sorry, guys. Stupid allergies. What's funny is my allergies usually clear up really well during the day. But then I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm all clogged up again overnight. It sucks. But I should clear up, over the course of today. By the end of yesterday, I almost had nothing going on in my throat. So hopefully I'll clear up a little bit more as I talk more today. So anyway, today's Monday. Today's considered the first day, all right, of the streaming week here on Twitch. And that means that all the leaderboards have reset. The top bit cheerer of the week, the top sub gifter of the week, it's all been reset. Okay? So if you're interested in getting some recognition today, if you cheer or you gift a sub, strong chance that you're going to get up on the leaderboards there. Okay? So just saying, throwing that out there. So there's a lot of ways to contribute, guys. I've mentioned a ton of ways. And you might be saying, well, what's the best way to contribute? You mentioned so many things. Truth of the matter is the best way to contribute is by tipping. There's 2 different reasons why tipping is better than everything else. The first is because when you tip me, I get access to those funds and that support right away. I could use it to pay a bill. I could use it to go grocery shopping, to buy a new game, to pay taxes. All the things that go on behind the scenes. The tips help with that immediately, and that's awesome. Okay? So that's why, number one, that's such a big help. Okay? But the other thing is, we have this ongoing vest streak. I know this sounds crazy, but for 52 straight streams, we have hit my tips fundraising goal that I've been doing here on my streams. We've been hitting this tips goal, and because of that, I put on a vest as a celebration. This is not my idea. It was your idea. You guys came up with this about a month ago and said this would be a good idea. I started doing it, and next thing you know, we got this crazy streak going. Okay? So 52 straight streams where we hit the tips goal, and I put the vest on. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yesterday was rough because yesterday we almost didn't hit the tips goal both streams. Like, it was close, and then last minute we had a couple people who would come through, and boom, we hit the tips goal. So I get the feeling, it's going to get tougher. It's not. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. All good things must come to an end, and I'm incredibly grateful for the fact that you guys have been so supportive in the last month that we've been doing this. We have something in celebration of this that's going to be coming up later in the week. I've been told that there's going to be something going on, a celebration, a thank you celebration. Someone's putting something together as a way of saying thanks, and that should be pretty sweet. So we'll see. That's coming up, all right? But I also said, if we hit 100, can you imagine if we hit 100, all right, how nuts that would be? And if we hit 100, what I'm going to do is something special. What? I don't know yet, because, quite frankly, number one, it would be in another month. And let's be honest, in another month, do we even know what the hell's going to be going on with the world? At the rate that we're going, will businesses be open again and everything in a month? I have no idea. What I would like to do is go out and maybe buy another vest and maybe get some decoration or do something special. If we did 100 vest streak to say thank you so much for the insane amount of support I just got, right? But it's kind of hard to do that when I'm stuck at home and no one can go anywhere. So we'll see what happens. All right, we will see what happens. In the next month. Will we continue the vest streak or not? I don't know. But that's why tipping is the best way to contribute. We can keep the vest streak going if we hit the tips goal every day and keep this positivity rolling. So I'm just saying, I'm not looking to give horse in the mouth. If you guys want to contribute via another method, like, for example, let's say that you would like to cheer or sub or buy something for my Teespring. That's all great. Thank you for that support. But those take a while to process. I don't really get any positive benefit out of those for a while. Well, when you tip me, I can use that for stuff, immediately that I need. So that's why tipping is better. And of course, keeping the tips goal going and putting the vest streak, continuing it would be pretty damned awesome, right? All right. So, thank you guys for even considering contributing in any way. Let's now talk about some things that I think you guys should really take seriously. Protecting your identity. Protecting your personal information on the internet, guys. Because sadly, there are a lot of people out there on the internet who, they're malicious parties. They're people who are really nasty people. They revel in hurting others anonymously on the internet and getting away with it. I know that sounds weird. Like, wait, what? There's people out there who all they want to do is hurt others, and, I don't get it. Why would they want to do that? Because they get some kind of validation. Maybe they're just miserable. They have terrible lives. They don't have positivity in their lives like you and I do. They don't have families. They don't have constructive things they work on. To them, they actually get pleasure out of tearing down and hurting others, and getting away with it. Like, they feel, I got away with it. Haha. Now they feel good about themselves for some reason. So the reason I bring this up is, sadly, there's people who are just going to harass you online, and I want to make sure that you guys don't get harassed. First of all, I strongly recommend, if you're going to be a frequenter of streaming on Twitch, turn off your direct messages on Twitch, or at the very least, there's an option to make it so that only people on your friends list can direct message you. And I strongly, strongly recommend that you guys do that. Because sadly, direct messages on Twitch are primarily used for harassment. People, sending insults or spam or stupid, nasty shit. Or they send you a video link, you click on it, next thing you know, they've now got your IP address. It's pretty screwed up things people do. Just be careful with that. Don't let people just have open access to harassing you, okay? Now, in addition to that, I think you guys would be surprised, all right? You guys would be incredibly surprised how much personal information we all have out on the internet, and we don't even realize it. Your friends and family members, places you like, things you like and dislike where you work, it all may be publicly listed on your social media or other places that are easily accessible to others who, if they get that data, could harass you with it, okay? So the reason I bring this up is I want you guys to be protected. I certainly don't want anyone being harassed on the internet as a result of watching a stream or contributing to a stream. So, if you're even thinking of contributing to today's stream, I strongly recommend that you do your best to protect yourself. Do an anonymous cheer instead of a cheer linked to your Twitch account, right? If you're going to tip me today, tip me anonymously. Or make up a name that's not your name, you know, something completely different from your real life name and your online persona and your social media accounts. Just make something up, maybe in pertaining to a character in a game I'm playing or whatever. That way, no one can harass you for it because no one will know that it's you, all right? I hate hearing horror stories about people who contribute. Next thing you know, people are harassing them and doing all kinds of nasty shit. I don't want that to happen to you guys, so please use your due diligence and, burp came out of nowhere. Protect yourselves as well as you can. I'm looking out for you guys, okay? Okay, now it's time for the rules of the stream, everybody, all right? First of all, I'm streaming on twitch.tv. That means I need to abide by all the rules and regulations that twitch.tv has laid out for streamers. I can't just say and do anything I want on a stream. I hope you guys understand that, okay? But in addition to that, I have my own set of rules that I like to lay out to let you guys know that I'm trying to maintain a chill atmosphere on my streams, and allow me to explain what I mean by that. I want this stream to be a place where you can come and escape from all of the stresses of what's going on right now in real life. We all now are in a situation where the world is, you know, really screwed up, and we get inundated with information about this pandemic every 5 seconds outside of, you know, gameplay streams and stuff. And I don't want that to happen here. I want this to be a place where we can just relax and have fun. I don't want any negativity or toxicity here. I want this to be a place where it's about seeing my honest reactions to a game, interacting with me, interacting with stream chatters, having a good relaxing time, and unplugging from all of your stress in real life, all right? So that being said, I have rules in effect that I hope help enforce that kind of a vibe on the stream. First of all, we make it a rule that we don't talk about politics and religion, because sadly those are things that are very divisive. They get people very angry with each other. For whatever reason, they can't agree to disagree or talk even intelligently a lot of times about those topics. It's like my way or the highway. And in almost 12 years now I've been a content creator, I've found that very rarely can those ever be topics of discussion in regards to a gameplay session and have any kind of merit. Okay? So please understand that. And please know that, you know, it's not allowed. Now, if I'm playing a game that has either politics or religion as a topic that's in, you know, in the subject matter of the game, in context, that's different. Then it's obviously allowed. But just bringing up outside, you know, topics, politics, and religion, and bringing it into a gameplay stream, not allowed, okay? Now, recently, I've expanded the, by the way, Mr. Grapefruit, I don't appreciate you being a dick, so now you can have a 10-minute timeout for being a jerk. It's hilarious, because what he said is that I don't read the chat, insulting me, and obviously I read the chat or I wouldn't have seen his insult, and now I timed him out for it. Okay, I've expanded this rule to cover the pandemic. What I mean by that is we're all aware that there's a pandemic in the world. All of our lives have been negatively affected by it in a huge way. We don't need to be talking about it constantly on a gameplay stream that people are purposely coming to escape that stress. You see what I'm saying? The more you talk about it on here, you might actually be annoying people who came here to escape it. So I'm certainly not going to ban outright talk about coronavirus. At the same time, please don't make it the end-all be-all of the stream, and if we see that too much, the moderators and I are going to take action, okay? Okay, now, in addition to that, folks, I've already mentioned that sadly there are a lot of people on the internet who are just really toxic, negative people who revel in hurting others. They revel in it. They love it. They're like, yes, I hurt someone today, and I got away with it. This is so good. All right, there's entire communities of people that have formed around this kind of toxic and very destructive content. Sadly, one of those communities has focused on me for the past 7 years, and, you know, it is what it is. People on a daily basis insult me, defame me, make shit up about me, and just in general do nasty stuff in regards to myself and my family because they either get pleasure out of doing it or they actually concretely benefit, like actually making money doing it on their YouTube channels or streams. It's pretty sick when you think about it that there's an actual culture of people that all they do is hurt others and they make a living doing it. It's fucked up. But it exists and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't sue every single one of these people for defamation. I'm a positive content creator and I'm here to put out positive gameplay streams for you guys every day, period. That being said, I'm well aware these people exist. but it's strongly against the rules to bring them up on the stream. Outside of me just mentioning this once a day on the pre-stream, we don't bring that shit up. If I see it, if I see any references to the memes that these idiots are repeating, the defamatory content these idiots say, you will be banned. Period. You know? And I'm sorry, that's just the case. You will be banned. Period. I'm not going to talk about it on my streams. They're supposed to be a positive place, and I'm not going to deal with that shit. I already had to ban one person who, by the way, has been someone who has been basically kind of tongue-in-cheek insulting me and bringing detractor memes up for many days. They think that I didn't know that. Of course I do. And I just had enough of it. They tried to get me to talk about it on pre-stream, and I'm not going to, so they're banned now. Assholes. Okay. So, all that being said, guys, we're done with that segment of the pre-stream. We can now move on to the final segment, which is the shout-outs, where we sit here and I give you shout-outs for anyone who contributed. We update the leaderboards, and we have some fun conversation before we get started with gaming. Okay? So first of all, Dinosaur has resubscribed for 2 months in a row and says, What, Dinosaur? Good to see you. Thank you for the ongoing support. Welcome to the stream. PW Dubs cheered, says, what did your valedictorian speech consist of? What did you say during it? Did you shout out the jealous salutatorian? Yes, my entire valedictorian speech was actually saying neener, neener, neener to the salutatorian who just could not surpass me no matter how hard she worked, because I was just that kind of a huge dick back then. And actually what happened was I started playing We Are the Champions in the gymnasium that we were in, and I put on the vest. That's what it was. I put on the vest, and I was like dancing all over the stage, making fun of the salutatorian. That was my entire speech. Thank you, PW Dubs, for the cheer. The Villain X resubscribed. The Villain X resubscribed for 12 months. Thank you, Villain X, for 1 year of support. I appreciate that, Villain X, very much. Thank you for a solid year of support. Rob8777 has resubscribed for 24 months, 28 total. Says it's a 2-year streak. It is. Rob has surpassed the 52 stream streak with a 2-year streak of subbing. Thank you, Rob, for 2 years of ongoing support. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Mike Boyo, excuse me, has resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you very much, Mike Boyo, for 4 months of support. Rats gifted a subscription to Cauldron of Evil. That is a creepy name. The Cauldron of Evil. Thank you, Rats for the support, and Cauldron of Evil, congratulations on the gifted sub. Sundance McGee gifted a subscription to Doodly Dread. Congratulations, Doodly. I saw that your subscription had expired recently, and thank you, Sundance McGee, for the support. Snow Carl cheered. He says, can we get a personal call or chat set up between you and Papa Vera so he doesn't have to cheer to help out in Minecraft? No. We're not going to have some kind of a voice call going during the streams. The system we got works fine. The system we got has been working very well, and I appreciate all of Papa Vera's instruction and contributions to the streams. And what's hilarious, Snow Carl, is that you're completely off base because he tweets me the instructions, and I follow the instructions off of Twitter. He doesn't have to, cheer to give me instructions, so you're a liar. And you're trying to instigate stuff again. Here we are. We just started the stream. Snow Carl already is trying to instigate problems. So I'm going to say this once up front. Snow Carl, mind your own damn business. Last chance. One more time. You're out of here for good. And this time, it doesn't matter how many dozens of weeping people there are in the stream. I'm going to laugh when I kick your ass out the door. Okay? Prez Vegeta resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you, Prez Vegeta, for a 4-month resub. PW Dubs cheered. He says, we're approaching a 7-month anniversary of your interview with the Quartering. Looking back at that date in history, did it result in any positive benefits? Would you be open to doing another one? First of all, I would say, yeah. Immediately after that interview, there were some people who came to the stream and checked me out for the first time, and I think that people had their eyes opened a little bit to the fact that I'm not just some, silly mustache-twirling evil villain like my detractors like to make me out to be, that I'm actually a real human trying to put out fun content, and I'm struggling with that because of the insane amount of negativity surrounding me outside of my streams on a daily basis. I'm well aware that the Quartering makes fun of me on a regular basis, and, he calls me a lol cow and all that. At the same time, the interview he did was incredibly fair, and he didn't have to do that, So it's obvious that the guy, has a heart, But, yeah, did I see immediate positive benefit? Yes. Has there been long-term positive benefit? I have no idea. There may still be to this day people coming by and checking me out because of his interview, but I don't know. Snow Carl to the dollar. Are you going to play Trials of Mana, or will you add it to Trials of Mana to the viewers poll? I already explained this a million times, Snow Carl. Again, I don't know why you're trying to derail a stream. No, I'm not playing it. It's not out as a possibility forever, but there's no point in me playing it right now when I have to play Fire Emblem as the next RPG for viewers' choice. I'm not going to be playing RPG, and people were more interested in seeing Banjo-Tooie than Trials of Mana. I've only said this about 14 times in the last few days, so maybe you should open your ears. You're really pissing me off this morning, by the way. By the way, he's saying it's not him. All right, fair enough. Dinosaur did 100-bit cheers. It's been a rough couple of days on my end. I had a friend who I served with commit suicide. Wow. Glad to get my mind off of that shit. I'm really sorry to hear that, Dinosaur. I don't know why I always say Dinosaur. You know, first of all, I'm sorry for your loss. And, you know, that's heavy stuff. I'm glad to be able to at least bring you some kind of entertainment and to take your mind off of it. You know, it's really messed up times right now that everyone's in the middle of. Really crazy stuff going on. And I wish you the best. I'm sorry to hear that. TechFly 3 did 145-bit cheer and became the top cheer of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Kless in the stream chat said it's my loss because Trials of Mana is a good game. Hey, and you know what? Last year, you guys all gave me shit and said it was my loss that I didn't play Fire Emblem, right? So, you know, I can only do so much. As a content creator, I can only do so much. We can't have this become the RPG stream every day. People will be like, there's way too much of the same shit. You know, right now, I'm doing an action-based, you know, RPG-style game in Neo 2. I'm doing an action-based RPG-style game in Final Fantasy. Of course, they're very different, but still kind of almost the same genre. I'm going to be playing another style RPG with, you know, Fire Emblem, which you all wanted me to play last year and yelled that I didn't. So now I'm going to play it, and you're going to yell at me that I'm not playing Trials of Mana. I'm sorry. This cannot be RPG every stream. We've got to do variety of content, and I hope you understand that. Okay. Shout out to Dark Viking 159, who has subscribed for 33 months in a row. Thank you very much, Dark Viking, for almost 3 years of ongoing support. And he says, how are you? What microphone do you use? I'm looking for a decent one, and I can't find one. First of all, I'm all right. I just wish that my voice would clear up permanently. It was funny because, like I said, by the end of yesterday, my voice was good. I go to sleep, I wake up this morning, and I'm like, bleh, gunked up again. So hopefully, within the next few days, this will, you know, stop with this nonsense, and my voice will be back to normal. I use an Audio-Technica microphone. It's old. I think I want to say I got it in like 2015. I could not tell you what model it is. You know, I'm sure it doesn't even probably say it on the actual mic. You know, but it's a professional studio quality mic. It's here with it has a pop, what they call a pop guard in front of it, so that you don't hear, you know, popping when I say certain things with a P. It's on a good stand, you know. And the good thing is, you know, this has been a setup that's lasted me a while. I also use a audio mixer, which is called the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 or something like that. It's a little audio mixer thing. That's what I use to take the input from the microphone and get it converted to USB for my computer. So Audio-Technica seems to be a good brand. I've used this microphone for 5 years, and I don't think I've ever had a problem with it. The thing that I have a problem with is Windows. Sometimes the Windows drivers crash in the middle of a stream, and then my microphone dies. But a simple restart of OBS seems to fix it. So, yeah, I would recommend Audio-Technica. I think the microphone's great. Okay. PW Dub shared again, and he said, oh, hold on. He said, I was watching your old playthroughs from 2017 last night. You used to say Patreon was the best way to contribute. Now your Patreon is kind of like a deserted island. That's not true. What made you switch from more pro Patreon to pro tips? Another thing I've explained a million times, but I'll explain it again. Patreon was something that was more YouTube oriented. All right. People would pledge to my Patreon, and sometimes there'd be like special projects I would do for YouTube that were because of the patrons voting and stuff like that. But what happened is I became a full-time streamer in 2017. And over the course of 2017, people were like, Phil, you're still pushing your Patreon, but it doesn't make sense because we're here on stream interacting with you. Shouldn't it be more sense for you to be focused on the streams and the people that are here right now through crowdfunding means than worrying about people trying to support you on a back end on a third-party website, right? And they were right. People were absolutely right. Focusing on the streams made way more sense than focusing on a third-party website. So now we have monthly sub goals. Now we have tips goals. We have these things that are oriented on the streams rather than Patreon. Now, Patreon has not gone away. It still exists, and there still are a lot of people who support me on Patreon, and every month, I divvy out their perks to them. They still get, private Q&A videos made behind the scenes. They still get priority access if they want to have their questions answered on Ask the King. Premium forum access. Some people talk to me behind the scenes just about stuff. There's stuff that still happens as a result of Patreon. Is it anywhere on the scale as it used to be a few years ago? Hell no. It's basically been massively reduced. But what happened is that support moved from Patreon to the live streams. It's not like those people just vanished into thin air. They moved their support over because they could be here live and they wanted to have interaction with me live. So that's what happened. There you go. The homie Gustavo tipped $1. It says, big ups to Beast Bod, Snow Carl, and importantly, the homie Kurosawa Kid. All right. Well, thank you for that support. That is the second tip of the day. Tinkerson did a 100-bit cheer. He says, hello, chill. I back at nighttime. I want to tell you I gonna follow channel so I can keep up with late night cold streams and 6 weeks in a day of Family Feud. Thanks, Tinkerson. I still have no idea what you're saying, but I appreciate the cheers. Kurosawa Kid tipped me $1.30. He says, you aren't lying. People will message me threatening me because I contribute to your streams. I thought you were exaggerating, but they won't scare or stop me. Thank you for your content. All right, Kurosawa Kid. Thank you for the chip. And in fact, I think that's the top tip. Well, actually, there's another bigger tip coming up. Never mind. I was going to say I'll put you up as top tip. There's another bigger tip coming up in a minute here. So, Tinkerson cheered again. He said, why do you let Snowman insult you, Phil? Ban him. All right. Well, Tinkerson wants me to ban Snow Carl. What do you guys think? Should I do it? Should I ban him? I'll let you guys think about it. Philly Buckeye cheered. He said, people are tipping impersonating regulars. The other day, someone tipped with my name trying to piss you off. Yeah, it's not surprising. It's not surprising, but like I said, I don't really let it fool me too much. And if you guys just tell me right away that's not the person, then I understand. So, most people are saying, yes, ban Snow Carl. Wow, I'm kidding. Everyone's saying no. All right, let's continue. Dinosaur cheered again. And he said, thanks, man. You're welcome, Dinosaur. Thank you for the cheer. So, Shook Ones tipped me $5. He said, it's funny that Last of Us 2 leaked last night, and now Sony announced immediately that it's releasing in June. Let's all thank the leaker for forcing Naughty Dog's hand. I think they're done. I mean, I'll be very honest with you, Shook Ones. I don't think the game's going to sell well. I think that most people, they're going to be spoiled on the game, and they don't care anymore. Because especially now, we're in the midst of a time when, not a lot of people have a lot of money. And if you're going to spend money on a game, you probably want to spend it on one that you don't know the entire plot of and it's been spoiled on the internet because of Sony's greed. So I get the feeling Last of Us 2 is actually going to be a flop compared to what they want. I think it'll still sell well, but I think it's going to be a sales flop in regards to what they expected. They thought it was going to be this ginormously popular game. And I don't think it's going to be now because they fucked. They fucked themselves. I really feel if they didn't delay the game, this would have happened. But that's my opinion, I guess. That's my take. Ninstar Rune did a 50-bit cheer. Says, since PayPal will take 30 cents for every dollar, have you considered raising the tip goal to $130 a stream so you get the full $100? First of all, it's not correct, Ninstar Rune. It is not 30 cents for every dollar. It is 30 cents and then a cut of each transaction. So, for example, if someone tips $1, yes, PayPal takes 30 cents of that dollar. I get 60 cents. But if someone tips $5, all right, I'll get $4.50. You see what I'm saying? They're not taking 30 cents out of every dollar. They take a flat fee of 30 cents, and then they take a percentage of whatever it is that you're tipping. So, in reality, when people are tipping bigger amounts, I'm getting bigger chunks of that, much more than just people who tip $1. But that's why we have this thing going where if people want to tip $1, I recommend on the PayPal tips page that you tip $1.30 to cover the processing fee. You see what I mean? But no, I'm not going to raise the tips goal. That's ludicrous. It's fine how it is. It's been working very well. A viewer tipped me $1.30. And he says, I saw that you host Super Blind Man, which is really nice of you. Thanks. Yes, there's a few people who I host on Twitch. People who over the years have requested that I host them. Even though they know that that's probably going to bring a troll element to their streams, they're okay with it. So those people continue to get hosted on my channel. Thank you for the $1 tip. Deacon of DS... And by the way, Super Blind Man, he's a really cool dude. He is legitimately blind and streams games really well in an entertaining fashion that's probably very different from most people you've ever seen stream a game before. So I recommend you check out his channel. Okay? Deacon of DSP tipped $10. That's the biggest tip of the day. And he says, match me in my tithing to our Lord. All right, this is like ridiculous. Listen to this. When the end comes, our faith will be rewarded. There'll be oceans of human milk and turkey burgers as far as the eye can see. That was like 10 memes together, I think, right there. That was the Lord meme, the human milk meme, and the turkey burger meme all together. So that was like 3 major memes all in one. At least it was funny, though. So that was actually a good one, in my opinion. So thank you for that. Biggest tip of the day. Tinker Tinkerson cheered again. His snowman insults and gives detracts and sees fails from you. You need to ban him or mod me and I will ban him. No thanks, Tinker Tinkerson, but thank you for the cheer. PW Dubs cheered. He says, please don't ever ban my Lord Snow Carl. I have no one to pray to. You are a creeper, PW Dubs. Rain Carl took me $2.40. Says the game was not spoiled because of Sony's greed. It's their property to do whatever they want with. The game was spoiled because an idiot spoiled it. If you agree with the idiot, you know what they said. Now, I told you, I see both sides. I don't agree with the game being spoiled at all. I didn't want it to be spoiled. Now I'll be honest with you. When I play it, if I play it at this point, it's not going to be nearly as good because I already know what's going to happen. I don't agree with the game being spoiled at all. I'm just saying it seems to be a direct response to the game being delayed that the game was spoiled. So take that as you will. I don't want games to be spoiled, and I don't support the game being spoiled at all. PW Dubs cheered and said, can you host me and Snow Carl's co-op stream? No. All right. So, let us now do some shout-outs. First of all, to the top. Oh, Ninstar Rune cheered again. He says, it like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. DSP, Snow Carl, and P-Dubs. Fuck no. All right. Top cheers of the week so far, and this is only including people who cheered this morning because it just reset overnight. We got Philly Buckeye and Snow Carl tied for 6th. Ninstar Rune at 5th. Techfly 3 at 4th place. Dino Sword at 3rd. PW Dubs at 2nd. And Tinker Tinkerson 1st place for cheers. Thank you, guys. Also, we have Sundance McGee and Rats who gifted subscriptions so far today. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to do. Take a break. I got to use the bathroom. And when I come back, it's time for Banjo-Tooie. About 3+ hours of fun gameplay coming up. I'm going to play some music because I actually have to use the restroom and, take a little bit of time here. But I'll be back with gameplay in just a moment. Thank you for those who've been supportive so far, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, I'll be right back.